gas up now. Got to see some cool stuff.
Yeah, good idea.
The AMR safety crew.
Hmm?
The AMR safety crew.
Must be 7 o'clock. It got quiet.
It's really close if it's. Looks like it's 7 o'clock. I called to order the Seymour County Council meeting for Tuesday, May the 26th. See how many times that happens today. Welcome, everybody. I'll invite the Reverend Les Lenz up to lead us in the invocation. All rise.
Father, as we look to the soon forthcoming 250th anniversary of our nation's birth, we pray that the city of Seymour, Indiana continues as it has in that spirit, striving to bless its citizens with the comfort it can afford them. Tonight, Father, as we go about the city business, we ask for your mind in these matters. Where there are issues of geography, we remember how you speak to the importance of fair boundaries throughout your word. And where there are matters of finance to be discussed, we recall finances are important to you, not just because you yourself need them, but that us, your children, your loved, do. And you have ordained those in leadership to act as God-directed stewards of both your funds and ours. Finally, tonight, Father, in any other matters that may come up, expected or otherwise, may they be treated in the spirit of cooperation, realizing we can still agree to disagree agreeably where opinions on important matters may differ. As we look to celebrate that forthcoming birthday of our nation, we also look forward to the work that Seymour does on behalf of its citizenry to work toward the perpetuation of their lives, liberty, and happiness pursuits. To the glory of Almighty God and in Jesus' authority we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Les. Everyone, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please, Mr. Bowes.
Mrs. Long. Mr. Maxey.
Here.
Mr. Hubbard.
Here.
Mr. Davidson.
Here.
Mr. Lucas.
I'm here.
Mr. Fry.
Present.
We have 5 of the 6.
Thank you, sir. Okay, let's see. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes of the previous meeting? I'll entertain any motions related to.
Motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Reports from committees, boards, and commissions. Mr. Bowes?
Reports, Mr. Maxey.
No.
Mr. Hubbard.
No.
Mr. Davidson.
No.
Mr. Lucas. Mr. Fry.
No.
Okay, looks like we do have a public hearing tonight, and this was related to the alley vacate between Pine and Poplar Streets. This is from Planning and Zoning. Mr. Maxey, do you want to add anything, or you just want me to open the public hearing?
You're good. Yep.
Okay. At the sound of the gavel, I'll open the public hearing and invite anyone up that wishes to speak for or against the vacate of the alley between, make sure I get this right, Pine and Poplar Streets. Hearing is open. Would anybody like to speak in favor? Bill, you're ahead of me. I was trying to read it and make sure I got the streets right.
No, you're fine. Good evening. I'm Bill Brayman with Lorenzo Beavers, Brayman and Connell. I'm here tonight representing the trustees of the Jackson County Schneck Memorial Hospital, who filed the petition to vacate a portion of the 16-foot gravel alley that runs north from Tipton Street up to St. Louis Avenue. We're seeking to vacate approximately the southern half of that alley, which is all surrounded by property owned by Schneck. The reason for the request is Schneck would like to build a parking lot there, and we would like to cut off access through the lot from Tipton Street especially. So that's why we're asking that that portion of the alley that it adjoins Schneck's property be vacated. The alley on the north half will still be there from St. Louis, so folks that have lots on the north side can still use the alley to access their properties from St. Louis. And of course, they still have their access from Poplar or Pine Streets, depending on where those lots sit. So I have Jason Fee, the Director of Facilities with Schneck, here with me tonight. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have. The Plan Commission did pass this on with a unanimous favorable recommendation. I think at the meeting on the 14th, was that when it was?
Yeah,
Last meeting.
So, yeah, the last
So-
yeah.
But we'll be happy to answer any questions.
So the piece that I was looking for when I was trying to read it a minute ago is the 148 feet from Tipton north, so about half that block. So,
It's 100.
So the northern part will still be open for,
Yes.
will that northern part connect to that parking lot, or will there be some sort of barricade there?
There'll be a barricade, again, so there's not any access to the lot from the north either.
any other questions for Bill? Any other comments from the public?
Is that-
Or against?
I got a question. Will that be, have a tendency, if it's gonna be barricaded, well, if somebody comes down it, some public or some person comes down it, will they be able to turn it out around without getting on private property?
That may be a question for Mr. Fee.
Cause I know ours, I live on an alley that, ends at my yard, and I have people sometimes just turn in my yard and go back out.
Yeah,
So,
for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jason Fee, Facility Director at Schneck. The way we've got it designed right now, it would be not a barricade per se, like a traffic barricade, but landscaping, 6 foot tall, evergreens, kind of making a row across there. Side note to that, because there's not really a good place to turn around when you get to the end of it, during the Board of Works meeting, concern was brought up about that, and we've gotten with Jerry Edwards, who owns the property adjacent. Since they won't have as much room to turn around, we were gonna reserve 2 spots in the parking lot for their residents to be able to use, just put signs on those that they're reserved for them. So we've talked to him about where we can put those that best accommodate them. So where we do that, we'll probably leave out a tree or 2 of those shrubs and have a walk path across the landscaping. But there wouldn't really be per se a turnaround or anything other than just,
So if there's somebody in those 2 spots, the person's just gonna have to back out then.
yeah. And there's room to turn around unless you're in like what I would call the last spot of their current parking, which is why we're giving them those 2 spots so that they've got some extra overflow.
But those 2 spots won't be accessible from the south.
Correct.
Yeah.
They could park in the parking lot and walk across the property line.
Okay.
Won't be
But-
accessible from the north.
You wouldn't be able to drive across the
Oh,
property.
okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you could walk across, you wouldn't be able to drive
Okay,
across
I got you.
anymore.
And we would put no outlet at the beginning of that alley, that way.
Yeah, I think of it kind of like the one down by Sonic a few years ago.
Yeah.
Is kind of where my mind went when I was trying to figure it out.
And we didn't show that on our drawings, but if you want us to add that no outlet sign to our plans,
I
we can
think
have
it
our
needs to be
contractor
posted.
provide that sign.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea on the north edge of that alley,
Yeah,
just to
at
warn
St.
people.
Louis.
Yeah. Yep.
We can add that to our plans.
There'll still be people come down it, cause there's a no outlet on mine.
Right. Yeah,
And they still
Yeah.
come in there.
yeah. The good thing is right now it's pretty well overgrown with grass because most people have forgotten that there was an alley there. So, and this will clean up, one of our goals with that was to clean up Tipton Street. So we're gonna be taking out all the driveways, including that alley along Tipton between Pine and Poplar. And then have our access into the parking lot off each end at Pine and Poplar.
There won't be access off Tipton.
No driveway on Tipton.
Did we get any concerns from resident at
The
the?
only concern was Jerry with the parking for his
Okay.
tenants, but that was discussed then, and no problems other than that, yeah.
And I forgot to mention in my talk, we do have an agreement with Jerry giving him the 2 parking spots. It hasn't been signed by the parties yet, but I believe we're in agreement on all the points, so we'll get that done and recorded here in the near future.
Okay. Anyone else like to speak for or against vacating the alley? Hearing none, at the sound of the gavel, I'll close the public hearing. Public hearing is closed. Oh, no old business tonight. Move on to new business, Mr. Bose.
New business, Mr. Maxey.
Yes, sir. I'd like to introduce ordinance number 10, Council Bill number 26 by title only for first reading.
Second. Mr. Maxey.
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard.
Yes.
Mr. Davidson.
Yes.
Mr. Lucas.
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Introduction of ordinance number 10, Council Bill 26 for 2026. Had an ordinance to rezone property located at 5819 Schleter Road. Planning and Zoning Committee, Mr. Maxey.
Yes, this is wanting to rezone from RS to C2. They're wanting to build roughly a 3,000 square foot office building. It came from Planning Commission with a favorable vote, 9-0. Any questions from the council? Audience?
Didn't know if they wanted to speak on it or
Sure.
not. They're welcome
Yep.
to if they'd like to.
Good evening, all. Thank you for your time. Stan Tremoyan, my colleague Ryan Benter, we're two of the four reps that represent Prosperity Financial. God's blessed us with a faith-based practice. I currently reside out of a building here on 2nd Street, just a couple doors down from Exist Health Salon, Ludeman Tax Service. We've outgrown our building. We need to hire. I don't have room for it, so we've kind of been keeping our eyes open. This 3 acres of property on the west side of town became available. We have walked the property. We've worked with Lorenzo and Beavers and Bremen, sorry. We've also worked with Jonathan Isaacs, Independent Land Surveying. He's doing some surveying for us. But the intent is to clean up the property. It's got a lot of saplings and trees growing on it. We would like to build about a 2,800, 3,000 square foot building. We don't have tons of traffic, except for in the fall, we help a lot of seniors with senior health insurance. So there's about a 2-month window, 3-month window where our activity picks up. But we would really like to clean that up, eliminate the brush, clean up the ditch line, and then as people are coming into Seymour on the west side, making it look like a really nice appearance, put up a professional looking building, maybe a welcome to Seymour sign, things of that nature. So it would help us out, and then we would like to give Seymour a little bit of a cleaner look as on the west side. I mean, different directions have nice signage, but when you come in from the Brownstown area, you typically see floodwaters or trees and things of that nature. So.
Just for everybody's reference, this is just past the animal hospital, like just west of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we would be the last piece of property on the left as you leave Seymour. Access is actually off of Schleter Road.
Okay.
So there's just a garage on there now, right? Like it's, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Same question as before, Mr. Maxey.
No,
Anything
the
else?
only concern which was brought up by Bernie in the meeting was about the being close to the floodplain, but other than that, there was nobody against. Yeah.
What was the concern?
Being close, I guess, is it when you get closer to the other side of the creek, which used to be the same property was in the floodplain?
Yeah, there
He
was
was
8
concerned-
acres there, 5
Yeah.
acres with the house recently sold. It's in the 100-year floodplain on the back end. The property that we're going to acquire is in the 500-year floodplain, which I was told that that's not an issue then. So.
When you pull up the Jackson County GIS map, I think it's the back left corner kind of shows, but then when we were in talks with Jonathan Isaacs, he said that was in the 500-year floodplain, not the 100. So.
What size parking lot you guys gonna have there? Are we talking?
Right now, we have the 4 reps and 2 employees, so I would say, our intent would be to hire another employee or 2, so maybe 8 to 9 employee spaces, owners' places, and then probably at any given time, 6 to 7 parking lots for clients, so.
Roughly a 20-person lot, roughly.
I'm sorry?
Roughly a 20-person lot.
I would say that would be more, from my understanding, I guess it's based on the size of the building, and your type of business indicates the size of the parking lot we have to have, so.
Okay, thank you.
Jeremy
Any other
shaking his
questions?
head.
He is correct.
I knew the answer was right, but I don't see Jeremy. There he is.
Shake or not?
They'll do that in the design, cause it has bearing on the type of business, size of building. They'll have to get all that, if you guys rezone it, they'll get those requirements and those building into us and we'll review it. And it'll meet the requirement, right?
Thanks, Jeremy.
Any other questions? If not, I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 10, Council Bill number 26 on first reading.
Second.
Mr. Maxey,
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard,
Yes.
Mr. Davidson,
Yes.
Mr. Lucas.
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 10, Council Bill 26 has passed first reading, 501.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're back to you, Mr. Maxey.
One more. I'd like to introduce ordinance number 11, Council Bill number 27, by title only for first reading.
Second.
Mr. Maxey,
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard,
Yes.
Mr. Davidson,
Yes.
Mr. Lucas.
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Introduction of ordinance number 11, Council Bill 27, 2026, an ordinance to vacate the alley between Pine and Poplar Streets. Planning and Zoning Committee, Mr. Maxey.
This is the one we just heard about on the public hearing. Is there any other questions from the council? Audience?
Just one, I know right now sometimes people say turn left off of Tipton, take that alley, so they're driving just east of Casey's, and then they'll stop by the railroad tracks, turn right, and go through that suicide stop up by the hill. Would there be a plot in St. Louis or whatever that is, right at the track, so that nobody's gonna be turning right there anymore?
There won't be any access from
Okay.
Tipton for the
Probably
parking
safe
lot, yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and then this is actually just east of the road from Casey's. It's the alleyway right there. Any others? Make a motion to approve introduction or ordinance number 11, Council Bill 27, but on first reading.
Second.
Mr. Maxey,
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard.
Yes.
Mr. Davidson.
Yes.
Mr. Lucas.
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 11, Council Bill number 27 has passed first reading, 501. Any additional new business, Mr. Maxey?
No, sir.
New business, Mr. Hubbard?
No, sir.
Mr. Davidson?
I do. I'd like to make a motion to introduce resolution number 17, Council Bill number 28, by title only.
Mr. Maxey?
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard?
Yes.
Mr. Davidson?
Yes.
Mr. Lucas?
Yep.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Introduction of resolution number 17, Council Bill number 28 for 2026, a resolution approving the transfer of funds for public transit. Finance Committee, Mr. Davidson.
Mr. Walls, do you want to come up? Tell us what we got going on here.
Hello, Dylan Walls, Public Transit Director. Before you have a resolution to transfer funds for our public transit system, we had a bus that lost a motor. So we reached out to Ford and we were looking for a warranty on these buses, but it had surpassed our warranty by 7,000 miles. So the Ford Motor Company has offered us a goodwill offer of $3,944. That will be going towards the $16,000 that we would like to transfer from our transit operating fund that we have. The fund was set up a few years back, and the money that we get from our fares and things goes right back into this fund. So this fund is kind of a cushion for us to be able to pool if we need anything, like it sets up for our new bus purchases that we get for the city and instances like this. The $16,000 will allow us enough, if there is an overage of the $14,000 that Bob Pointer has offered us to replace that motor. So that'll give us a little bit of a leeway. So we're just asking to transfer that $16,000 from that operating fund into our parks line item.
Correct me if I'm wrong, if we don't use all that 16,000, does it stay in? Does it go back to 6602, that line, or does?
Well, as we've set it up, right now he's transferring a full 16 into his operating budget for repairs, vehicle repairs. So at the end of the year, when everything's said and done,
It'll revert back to
yes, it'll
that?
revert back.
Okay.
Any other questions from the council? Any from the audience?
How old is that vehicle?
I'm sorry?
How old is that?
It is a 2021. The vehicle's 2021.
We already need a new engine?
Yeah. It was an internal failure. There was a part that malfunctioned within the motor from the Ford company. So they have.
Nothing's not covered under recall?
We're 7,000 miles over the warranty that we have, and there's no recall.
Have you guys thought about contacting other counties to see if they have one for sale? 16K or the price of a motor might be a used.
Right, there's a stipulation that we have to follow with NDOT. It has to be so many years or so many miles for it to be able to put into our fleet. So fixing it makes more sense.
Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, I'd make a motion to approve resolution number 17, Council Bill 20.
Second.
Mr. Maxey?
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard?
Yes.
Mr. Davidson?
Yeah.
Mr. Lucas?
Yes.
Mr. Fry?
Yes.
Resolution number 17, Council Bill number 28 has passed first and only reading, 501.
Thank you.
Thank you. No other,
Additional new business?
none.
Mr. Lucas?
Nope.
Mr. Fry, new business?
sir.
Okay, miscellaneous from council. Mr. Hubbard, would you check the sheet?
John Stone, is that correct? Yep. Poor Melanie and Grizzly. Sorry.
Stormell, you've already spoken, right? Okay.
Sorry. Gotcha.
Ms. Grizzle?
All right, I'm here on education today, nothing negative. I'm truly just trying to communicate with you guys up here, at least with the career that I have. A lot of people don't know what it is that I do, or at least what I'm involved in. Have you guys ever heard of the term asymmetrical warfare? If you haven't, it's fine. Asymmetrical warfare is essentially where one military party will act in this way and a different military party will act in a different way. Just because one doesn't do it doesn't mean another one won't. So bringing that up, we've had some situations in the community where I run the vape shop and we have been having bootleg products. Can you guys tell me the difference between those products? So this is the actual manufacturer. This is the bootleg. They're almost identical. You really can't tell them apart. I actually break these apart and recycle the batteries out of them, so that's how I can actually tell these are bootlegs. The beginning of the year in January, we had a situation where a customer went to another location. I'm not going to give their information out. I just want you guys to be aware of what's really going on. So these products are being bought usually from distribution centers that are selling for pennies on the dollar because they're most likely warfare bootleg products. They've got fentanyl, bleach, human feces in them. They can truly have all this stuff in there. So we had a situation in the beginning of the year where this customer went in to go buy a product. She brought them home, realized that they had been resealed. She took them back in there. They were all bad. So she did not get her money back off of them. But what she found out was the day before, her best friend actually went in there and got the same exact vape products and opened them up and used them. And the store owner wiped them off with alcohol, sealed them back up, and then put them back on the shelf for sale. $140 lost that day, and cross-contamination. We had another situation where this was a traveler who came to my shop after they went to a different shop because they were having issues with their vape not working. So I had them show it to me. They were bootleg. One of them doesn't even have the right coils in them to actually create the vapor, which could be fake metals, nickel, dime, titanium, stuff like that. They're using cheaper metals like aluminum that can cause people actual upper respiratory issues. And it's really important that you guys know that not just anybody should be selling these vape products. It truly has to be a location that cares about these vape products. And the reason why I'm bringing them up today is because I think a lot of people look at me like I'm aggravated. I am aggravated. The vape industry has been used for biological warfare for the last 10 years. And the only way that I can communicate it is by showing you guys that it's in our city. And I want you guys to be aware of it, that not every vape shop that's saying, hey, this is a problem. We don't care about competitors. It's not about competitors. It's about our community safety. And we're really having an issue with it. Not everybody, not every gas station should be selling this. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Ashley.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Is that the only two on there, Chad?
That's correct.
Okay. If there's nothing else from council, I encourage you to read your bulletin.
Is Mr. Stahl?
No,
No, it was Mr. Tormolian.
I just happened to see him out of the corner of my eye and said his name.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You read the other sheet, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a reminder, read your bulletin if you will. Lots of stuff coming up. 250th celebration, we mailed out the essay and photo contest, or art contest winners earlier today. So the kids should be seeing those in their mailboxes very soon. Anywhere from 1 to 19 days, right, Darren?
Pretty much.
Okay. But lots of fun stuff coming up. Cars and Guitars is back this year. Power of the Praise, Summer Pickleball Leagues. Take your pick. It's all in there. So with that, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Meeting adjourned. Enjoy your night, everybody.
Matt,